So, Kevin Bernard Hopkins, 52 from Fareham, a business owner in the red. Peter Power Pullen, a 23-year-old builder from Portsmouth in the blue. So a big age difference as Pullen pushes forward. And Hopkins looks to stop him in his tracks. Now with that nickname, a lot to live up to. Fantastic professional boxer, Bernard Hopkins. Can Kevin Hopkins emulate him here as Pullen pushes forward once more? Hopkins responds and gets through twice with a good right hand. It's Pullen pushing forward, but he is getting caught on the way in as well. And as I said that, it's Hopkins turns him and starts to throw the combinations, and the crowd respond. The 52-year-old really putting the pressure on now. And both adjust the head guards. And Hopkins actually looks to the blue corner for support. I don't think he's going to get any. But waiting for Pullen to come in. Pullen in that southpaw stance now, which means the right hand will be his lead hand for the jab. Hopkins waiting for him to come. He does counter well as his man comes in. As you see there, a little push, and then the right hand will come over the top. And again, just as Pullen pulled the trigger, the jab from Hopkins stopped him in his tracks. Good tight opening round between the two men. And now you see Pullen's a bit wary when he throws that southpaw jab. He's almost waiting for the response from Hopkins, and it did come. So he's got to get that out of his system. He's got to commit to that jab and the follow-up and not worry what might come back from Hopkins. This is better, working the body of the man in the red corner now. Good big right hands from Pullen. Hopkins looking to turn him close. Good opening round. So round 2 of 3, and Hopkins back behind that jab, waiting for Pullen to come in. And as he does so, he lands nicely with a left that just takes Pullen off balance when he's throwing his own shots. And he does so again with the right. Pullen's the man putting on the pressure. He's the man coming forward. But Hopkins' timing is good. He waits for him to come in. And as you saw there, the right went right through the gloves. And it's a clever fight from Hopkins. He's not intimidated by his opponent coming forward. He waits for the openings as he pushes forward. Waits for him to throw that lead southpaw jab. And then counters it. Teasing with his own left now. And then the right. And he does that well. He brings that right through the guard and just pops Pullen back. It's not worrying Pullen in the sense of a potential knockout, but it's just taking him out of his stride and off balance. And you see it here again. Hopkins chooses to move nicely. Just as he leaves the centre line, he throws that right. Which means as he throws his own right, and you saw there doubling and trebling it up, what happens then is Pullen finds it hard to counter. It's a good tactic from the man in the red corner. Now the man in the blue's doing the right thing. He's pushing the pace. He's looking at the judges and saying, I'm the man coming forward. But Hopkins is also saying to them, yes, but I'm defending well and catching him on the counter. And the right hand of Hopkins for me has been the difference across these 2 rounds. The way he puts it through the channel when his opponent's off balance. A nice little lateral movement off that centre line from Hopkins. Pullen not quite so keen to push forward now, and he does, and the right hand just misses, and then Hopkins counters. And again, looking for that right hand, and it just lands, this time after the double left. And the jab itself, nice accuracy from Hopkins, conserving energy, waiting for his man to come forward, throws the right to the body this time. I've got him ahead now. So 3rd and final round, and I think Pullen in the blue really needs to push forward just like this and make these shots count. And that's what he's doing. It's the right tactic. He's probably been told he's behind, and he's doing the right thing coming forward now. Hopkins holding to stop him getting that momentum up. So Pullen pushing forward again as he needs to, but he's got to be wary of that right hand from Hopkins that comes through the channel. So Hopkins happy to jab on the counter in the back foot. And Pullen now stood orthodox, but as he stands orthodox, he walks onto a big right hand from Hopkins. Now back into the southpaw, and he's got no choice. He's got to come forward. He's got to look for the points. Can't fault what he's trying to do. It's the right tactic. But as he comes forward looking for the points, he's got to be wary of that right hand counter from Hopkins, which does come through. And as you see, he just slips outside Pullen's right hand to throw his own right, which means it's hard for the counter to come back. He's moving away from the dangerous left hand of Pullen. So he's been well coached in the corner. They've told him exactly what to do. Stay outside that right hand. And you've seen it again. As he does so, it takes Pullen off balance. And at the same time, it means he's picking up the points. So Pullen pushing forward again. He needs a big shot, but instead he takes a right hand. Hopkins has played a very clever game here tonight. Excellent tactics. Good accuracy. He's conserved his energy. 52 years of age. He's never looked out of puff. He's done the 3 rounds easily. That's because he's chosen his shots, taken his time, and then he's come through like this when it's counted. Pullen again. Superb stamina. He's forced the issue all the way, but I think this is the red for me.
But we do have a unanimous decision. Our judges in favour of the red corner.